back to Snakh Time, where the opinions are real and so are the people. I'm Steven.
And I'm Nadia. I'm Adalis.
I'm Kayla.
And I'm Haley.
And we're here with our special guest, Mr. Julio.
Hello.
I just want to point out we have our first critic. That
Yay!
we're officially YouTube famous.
What do you want to say to the critic?
We respect your opinion, but we will ignore it.
And if you just don't like us, then why bother watching us? But if you want to tell us your opinions, there's the comment down below, or go to our Twitter, HS. So give us your opinion.
So today's Mystery Monday. What's the first mystery I want to talk about? Steven.
The Slender Man story?
Okay, yeah.
Tell us about it.
So when I was like 14 or 15, I was outside and I was on the phone, but it was like midnight or 1. It was like on a Saturday. I don't know why, but I started spinning in circles like while I was on the phone because I got bored. But then when I stopped, I looked like across the road and like back in the trees, and it was like this really tall guy. But I'm pretty sure, like, I think it was Slender Man because it was like, I don't know. I only caught a glimpse of him, but it was like a tall guy wearing a black suit and he didn't have a face.
Were you scared?
What did you do? Did you run inside?
Yeah, like first thing.
Did you drop the phone? Did you hang up?
No.
You're like,
Heck no, you gotta tell him like what's going on. What did he get taken?
Slender Man.
I don't know. That's kind
Did
of.
he like move or like he stayed there until you looked away?
He was just standing there.
Like you for real saw?
he just watches you, I think, like from afar.
That's really scary.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. One time I was watching YouTube videos and I saw this thing that was like 911 call, like these little kids saw the Slender Man. And it was so scary. Like it was like they were talking to the operator and they're like, he's outside, like every time I look out the window he gets closer, and then all of a sudden like they get attacked. It was scary. I don't know if it was real, but
A story that these two little kids, they encountered the slender man. And he's like, well, if you do this, you could come live with me forever in the kingdom or whatever. And so
the little kids, so they think it's like a real.
yeah, so they harmed another little kid. I think they stabbed.
is it crazy?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
I've never heard that before. Last night I kept thinking to myself, like, are ghosts real?
I think ghosts are real.
What
think
if
they
some
are.
people just like,
I think they're real.
I think
they're
there's
real.
spirits like that are not finished with their business here.
Well, I
But
don't
like,
have
what
any
you-
experiences with ghosts, but my wife, she sees ghosts a lot. Like one time when we were living in Tyler, we were driving on I-20 going back to Tyler about, I don't know, past 10 in the evening. We were talking, we were chit-chatting, and then she just stopped talking, and she was staring at something from way, far on this side of the freeway, and then she was maybe staring at it for like 5-6 seconds, and then she just started talking again and said, what was wrong? And she said, I just saw somebody in white walking, on the side of the freeway, and then when we passed that point where they were walking, there was a cross. And I was like, okay. So that was weird.
that's, I think that's cool. Like, I would have seen a ghost.
That's kind of is cool. Like,
I'll probably cry.
That's
No,
scary.
I-
That's scary.
Yeah, it's
That's
scary.
scary.
And then one time back in the Philippines too, we were living in this area that the government developed it, but it was originally a place where American soldiers lived during World War II, I think. And then one morning it was a little rainy. The place is creepy by itself. It's really quiet. There's a lot of trees. It's eerie. So one morning she was just sitting outside drinking her coffee, and we had a neighbor with a car, and she noticed that there was somebody in the car, an American in the car, just playing with the steering wheel. And so she was wondering what he was doing, because he was just there doing that. And she was thinking, oh, what's he doing? Is he trying to get used to messing with or driving with a steering wheel? And then after about maybe 10 seconds of that, somebody from that house walks out, goes to the driver door, and she was thinking, at this time, does he not know that there's somebody in there? And then he opened the door, got in, there was nobody in there.
Oh my
See, I'm getting
god.
goosebumps right now just talking about that.
That is.
Do you think there's like haunted places here in town?
Yes.
The
museum.
museum.
We still need to go.
We still need to go. I really want to.
And the school's haunted.
Oh
It's
yeah,
cool.
the auditorium, right?
Oh,
Wait,
is it?
yeah. Yeah.
It's like the school itself is haunted. Like with, or at least I think so, because whenever I was in student council last year, we used to stay like late, and there was one time I walked in the restroom to wash my hands, but it felt like someone was standing in there, and I was like, nah, it's probably just like, because it was warm then, so I'm like, it's probably just like the sun coming in through the windows, since I don't know, I was just like trying to come up with something, but then like later on, like after it got dark, someone was passing the high school, but then whenever the headlights hit the band hall, there was like a shadow that walked across the.
That's scary.
Dude, that's crazy. In first period, I know it was like 2 weeks ago, maybe like a week ago. I was in Coach Wood's class. We're taking a quiz, so, but like, actually she sits behind me, but she wasn't there that day, so that whole row behind me was like empty. So we're taking the quiz. So I was just like, I was on the computer taking the quiz, and I felt like someone behind me, and I'm like, I'm not trying to look back because like, what if it's Coach Wood? I don't want to be all like, I'm cheating or something. So I just didn't like look back, but it felt like someone was behind me. I felt like someone was behind me, and I thought it was Coach Wood. So I finally looked back, and no one's behind me. Coach Wood's on his desk sitting down, and like, there's like, I'm in the first row, and there's like another row, but no one was sitting in the second row. So like, everyone else was over there in the other side of class. So I'm like, I felt like I feel like a presence. I don't know. I was scared. I was like, oh my gosh. Sometimes I feel like that, like when I'm walking in the dark, I feel like someone's behind me.
Or you
I
get
get
like this
scared.
chill, like along your back.
I get scared in the dark. The dark is scary. In the dark is scary.
I like sleeping in the dark.
Oh, me too,
but not
like,
walking. Like not walking, but I sleep in the dark. Pitch
I'm
black.
just so scared in the dark.
That's scary.
Have you guys heard the story of like Jeff the Killer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like, the whole story is I don't know, like his backstory or whatever, but like he'll tell you to go to sleep, and then when you're asleep, then he'll like stab you or something. But then I don't know. but then there was
pretty intense.
Then there was Jane the Killer, who was like trying to protect everyone. She told everyone like not to go to sleep, so he didn't kill him. But me and my dad went to San Antonio because I've lived in Texas and other places, but I haven't really like spent time around San Antonio, and I had never seen the Alamo. So like 3 years ago, me and my dad went down there, and he has a friend who lives in, I can't ever remember the name of the town, but it's like close to San Antonio. And we were staying there, and it was like late, and anyway, I was reading, and it was like 2 in the morning or so, and it was just me and my dog like on the couch, and then I was done reading because I was kind of tired. I was about to put away my book, and then the second I turned out the light, the first thing I heard was a whisper, and all it said was, "Don't go to sleep." So the first thing I did was turn on the light, and I stayed up like all
Steven,
night.
you're crazy.
That's crazy, Steven. That's crazy.
Steven's
brave.
He is brave. I couldn't cry.
Same.
Did you cry?
No.
No, I'm
Just,
brave.
Did you have anxiety?
Yeah. Well, when someone whispers, "Don't go to sleep," it's kind of scary.
Duh.
Caleb.
Sorry.
Oh, ghosts. I don't want to do that ghost.
What else? Do you think like when you have a sleep paralysis, it's a ghost?
That is
Or, like,
scary.
or
Sleep paralysis is
demons.
scary.
How do you like feel it?
I got you. Okay. I always get sleep paralysis. Like,
What do you do when you get it?
I'll be on my bed, and then like I see like a black figure coming towards me, or like climbing through the window, or like people talking, and like I try to say something but I can't, and it's just like coming towards me, and then it's right there, and I just try to move, but then I wiggle my toes, like I try to wiggle my toes, and then I wake up.
I feel like I'm too scared to move. Like I
And
feel
then
like I'm the one making myself not move, kind of. I don't know.
But I feel like I get it every time I fall asleep on my back.
That's happened to me on my back too. It only happened to me
Same.
one time, and it was so scary. Cause I remember like I was asleep, and then I sleep like this way to my feet. My feet are this way. My sister sleeps this way, and I heard her crying. So I was like, I don't know if she's crying. So I tried to get up to check on her, but I couldn't move. Like I was like asleep, but my eyes were awake. Like I was awake, and like my ceiling fan was on, and I was just like looking at it, and like it looked like this black stuff was coming out of my ceiling fan, and it was
Golly.
scary, and I couldn't wake up. And finally, like I just closed my eyes and I fell back asleep.
No.
And I woke up and was like, oh my god, that really
Yet to
happened.
experience that. I don't want to
Yeah.
experience
It's
That's
scary.
I used to have that so frequently that it got to the point where I'm like, okay, here it is again. You know, and I don't even freak out anymore.
Like you're used to
And I'm just like, I gotta move my little finger, I gotta move
Yeah.
it. And then there were times when I'd have sleep paralysis, and then I would wake up and still be in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
That is
It's a trip when that happens. Like you think you're awake, but you're in another, level of that dream.
Yeah.
another dream.
I get
Oh,
you.
dang.
That's scary.
Yeah, that happened to you before
Yeah.
too?
That's scary.
Like you think you're awake and then
Mhm.
nope, just kidding.
You really sleep in your dreams.
Dreams are weird.
My brother asked the pastor, like, what does it mean, like, if it's a sign? He's like, well, usually it means, like, there's a death near the family. Because my brother got it one time, the first time he ever got it. And then, like, ever since then, he hasn't gotten it. He's like, what a coincidence that happened during, like, a time that was bad for us.
That's so scary.
Oh,
I would say silent scary sometimes.
But then I get it all the time.
So it means like that a death is near, like someone is going to die in your family. That's scary. I can't remember when I had mine.
But then I get it all the time, like,
Was it like rare for him to get it?
yeah.
Maybe
that was
for
like,
the people who don't usually have it.
Yeah.
If you have one,
That's so scary.
careful. I'm just kidding. What is that fire?
That's scary.
Oh yeah.
do you all think time travel is real?
Yes. I don't have proof, but I
Steven, you were
just
saying
feel
no a
Okay.
while ago.
Then I thought about it, and it's real.
Why do you think it's real?
You want to hear my scientific explanation, or
Yes.
just why I think it's real? Okay, so that was kind of hard to explain. The way time works is like it's all happening at once, but then it's like you have to go to different points in our galaxy or universe to actually get to a specific point in time that's on the planet. So time travel is possible if you jump to one place. and
Use
back.
the flip book analogy. You know how in the flip book every drawing's already there, and as you flip through the flip book, you see different events happening. Like it gets animated. Well, there's a theory that says that time's like that, or space-time's like that. Like every single moment is already there, but you as the observer just passes through these different pages of the flip book.
That's
That's
weird.
it.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sorry.
cool.
I keep trying to move like why didn't you try to
I can't remember who it was, but it was some super smart guy.
super smart guy.
Alright, so what were you saying?
I thought I invented that theory.
What? Super smart guy, Steven.
Have you ever had that thing like where you think about something that's gonna happen and then it happens?
Deja vu?
Yeah. No, like I think
Oh,
sometimes.
like you predicted the future.
Yes, that's weird. I do that all the time,
Oh my
and
God.
it happens all the time.
That happened to me this weekend. Like it was so weird.
Get a lottery ticket.
It's weird. It's weird. And like people think I'm all weird, but like it does happen to me like all the time. Like I'll just be thinking about like, oh, what if that happens? And it happens. So I'm like a witch or something because I can tell the future.
Same.
You hear something crazy about that? Like not often, but I actually have dreams, and then it happens the next day.
Yeah,
Like, I have a dream.
that's happened to me. Like the last year with the boys' playoff game, it was the day of prom, okay? And the day before, I dreamt that they were gonna win a game and lose a game, so that means that they were gonna go like further. And that's what happened. And I was like, oh my god, like it was probably me that made them lose, like, because I dreamt it. So I was like, oh my god, that's so crazy that it happened.
But not like key
Yeah.
things like that. Like my dream plays out like a memory, and then the exact thing happens the next
Like
day.
a conversation, and it's like exact
it's
words
the-
that
yeah.
happen.
That's
But
crazy.
the craziest one I had is I had a dream like that when I was 7. Like it felt real, and I don't know, it just always stuck with me. And then it actually happened like 2 years ago.
Oh, like do you ever dream of like the same dream of the exact same places?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always dream that. Like it's weird. Dreams are weird.
Dreams are weird. They trip me out.
Or like in your dreams, like you're in a different house, but you know, like in the dream it's your house and you know it's your house. Like, it's weird.
And it, like that place, I don't know, it's so weird.
Like you know everything about that place, but like you've never
it's not
been
your
there.
house.
Yeah, like you've never been there. Yeah.
Oh, and one time I heard this thing that was like, your brain can like make things up, like faces up. So like whatever you dream, if you dream something you've never seen before, you have to have seen them before.
Yeah, at least once.
I've
in your
always dreamed of
brain
people
just,
that I've
like,
never met.
yeah.
Like,
Same. Like that's so weird.
yeah, I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, who was in my dream?
Yeah.
I don't even know that
Or
person.
like that's weird, like how you have dreams, but you know it's like that person, but you can't like see their face, because you know, it's just like I know I'm dreaming, like that's my mom I dream, but like I never saw her face.
Yeah,
That's weird.
that is weird.
Dreams are crazy.
Okay, guys. So that wraps it up for today.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Steven for
Yeah.
talking today.
Steven was very talkative today.
Oh, Steven. And it's a Monday. Like.
Oh
I
yeah, it's a
know.
Monday.
Good job.
Make sure to comment down below.
Like and subscribe.
Hit that bell button.
Let's do that, whatever.
And our shark crimson.
Crimson. Well, choose you later.
Bye.
Wait.